Hello, everybody, and welcome to the November edition of the GADabouts. I'm Bruce, along with Al, and we've got what we should consider breaking news.
Ooh, a big breaking news.
Big breaking news.
Especially in Gad Nation.
In Gad Nation, this is huge.
Yes.
As we told you earlier this year, we applied for a grant for some education for you, our members in the association. We received the grant, and we are going to be doing a program on frac sand mining in northwestern Wisconsin, specifically in our association. So you can save this date. It is Wednesday, February 5th, from 9 to 11:30 a.m. at Horizons Banquet Center in Tilden. It's a beautiful place in Tilden. It seats about 250
Easily
people.
accessible off of Highway 53.
And you'll see frac sand trucks going by as we're at this meeting, because they haul up to New Albert and around Chippewa County, and that's the route they take.
Oh, yes.
So we will have speakers from the county, from sand mines. We'll have hopefully some speakers as well from the Department of Transportation, the DNR, and my tag team partner will be addressing you as well. It's a rounded day of information so that you understand the importance and the land use aspects of frac sand mining in our association. About 80% of all frac sand mines in the state are in or very near our association. RPAC, we're doing really good here on RPAC, and we'd like to thank our members for investing in their business and in RPAC, but we're not there yet, which means if you haven't paid your dues, don't scratch off that $35 down there. Make sure you invest in that. If you're doing really well this year, we really would ask you to become a direct giver or a large donor council member. It's not too late, and we're very close to goal. You could be the one that actually puts us over goal, and we will give you an accounting of just how well we're doing.
If you've got any questions about direct giver,
we're the guys to ask.
give us a holler.
That's what we do. Town of Fairchild, which is in the far southeastern portion of our county, is the subject of the potential. Our county. All right, my county, the one I live in, Eau Claire.
Okay.
One of
we
one of
had to
many.
be a little bit more specific there.
But U.S. Silica is looking at part of Eau Claire County for a potential new silica sand mine. About 650 acres, no truck traffic. It'll be all shipped right on rails. The rail line goes right through the property. Had a public hearing last night as we're taping this in the middle of October, and we will see if they will continue to do this. One thing that we are looking at is out in North Dakota. They are anticipating doubling production in the Bakken oil fields in the next 3 to 4 years, which means our sand is going to be in more of a demand, especially in that process.
Now, a couple months ago, I heard you cite a number that I found astounding. How much does it cost to send out a rail car full of sand, did you say?
I didn't know this was going to be a quiz. But
didn't you say 5,000? I thought
approximately
yes. $5,000 of transportation costs just to send that
to send it out
on
and
that,
to lease the car.
On that car.
And it's about 280,000 pounds per car.
Yeah.
And remember, these cars are going to North Dakota, they're going to Manitoba, they're going to Texas, Louisiana, and also out to the East Coast, where they're doing more in the way of natural gas. North Carolina will start fracturing natural gas next spring. And there's discussion now in some of the trade publications of sending some of our sand to places like Poland and England and Saudi Arabia. Because yes, they do have sand, but they don't have the sand. So this is going to be an ongoing for probably as long as you or I will be government affairs directors here.
You know, CN Railroad has put together the system where they can either truck it by rail to the West Coast in Canada, or and ship it out on the West Coast, or they can ship by rail, send it down to the Gulf in New Orleans. So it doesn't matter which way or where in the country or where in the world this frac sand is going to go, they can ship it to the right port to get it shipped out. Yeah.
And one of the major components of frac sand mining is the cost of actually getting it out of the ground, processing it, and then shipping it either locally by truck to a processor or to a rail hub, or shipping it by rail by leasing the rail cars. So that's what's going on here. What's going on up in the Northwoods?
Well, we've often talked about how the issues of frac sand mining goes way beyond just the borders of the frac sand or the neighbors. The folks in Bruce are a little bit upset with CN Railroad because now that they're sending the cars through, they want to close 2 of the 3 crossings in the village of Bruce and have only 1 crossing available for the residents. And there is going to be a public hearing held on Wednesday, November 6th at the Bruce Village Hall. I am assuming it is going to be widely attended at both the 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock sessions. That's Wednesday, November 6th at both 1 and 6 at the Bruce Village Hall. The railroad had offered $25,000 to the village to close the railroad crossings. The village scoffed at the $25,000 offer, and so then CN Railroad petitioned the Officer of the Commission of Railroads to close it without even paying the $25,000. That's what it's all about, but once again, it's frac sand. And the tentacles of frac sand mining going far beyond. Also, big news coming out of Rusk County besides that is the at least 3-year battle with FEMA and the flood maps is finally coming to an end in Rusk County. March 17th of next year, the new flood maps go into effect and lenders can start to use those new flood maps. So that is huge news coming out. I have said that C.C. Teskey, the zoning administrator over there, should write a book about Rusk County versus FEMA and this 3-year-long saga, because it would be a fascinating tale of Rusk County taking on the U.S. government. And finally winning, but it took a long time. Barron County, they've been working on a strategic plan now for close to a year. The other night they had a meeting with the Barron County Board of Supervisors where they gave input into the strategic plan facilitator. And next up is citizen input. And so there are going to be at least 2, if not 3, hearings scheduled around Barron County where citizens can go and talk about what they believe Barron County government might be able to do better over the next 3 to 5 years. And citizen input means
Citizen input, that means you.
That means you, yeah. So hopefully we'll have some come. I will let you know when exactly those meetings are gonna be held. And many people think that these kind of strategic plans are stupid, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of people think that these are stupid. And which is all the more reason that you have to be there and protect yourself, because stupid is as stupid does, isn't that, you know? The stupidity is going to be passed with or without your input.
It is.
Yeah.
It absolutely
I mean, is there a simpler way of putting it?
No, there isn't.
You know,
There absolutely isn't.
You know, I'll be there to keep an eye on it, but please, if you're available, you know, be there for those meetings. And lastly, the last little tidbit of information I have is last month when we left, we had the disagreement between the campers up in the Pinocchio Hills and Iron County government saying that no, you can't camp here, and they were going to be coming up with some kind of solution. Well, their negotiations reached an impasse, and which means that Iron County still hasn't moved forward to evict them, but they haven't left yet, and so they're still camping there illegally, and the saga goes on.
Oh, yes.
So that, but right now they are waiting, and they are doing tests on these samples that were taken earlier in the year. There has supposedly been a lot of asbestos found. If the initial reports are true, this could kill the entire project if the amount of asbestos is as high as some could claim. We have to wait and see, but it'll be an interesting still next few months and years as the mine saga plays out. And hopefully we'll be here to tell you.
I'm not planning on going anywhere, so yeah, we've got full plates. I don't think
I'm fascinated by this story. I don't want to go.
and we'll follow that and frac sand and development and everything else real estate related for your association. If you have questions, call Al, call myself. We're here to serve you. We work for you.
Follow us on Facebook at the GADabouts.
We're there all the time. And until next month, we'll see you on the GADabouts.